I was like, whoa, that's a good pay right there. College tuition. We support college tuition. What? Oh, I'm gonna work here when I get older. Right? How many of you guys knew that they have a child care stipend program? Show of hands, anyone? Child care stipend. That's amazing. We've been asking for that for a long time, but they've been doing it. Did you know you could split that child care stipend and still go and use the college tuition fund? Did you know that you don't have to pay a company to watch your child? You can actually pay your grandparents, your mom, your dad, aunt, uncle, and they will pay for that. That's redistribution of funds in your community and wealth in your family. But think about it. It's all white neighborhoods that they are in, right? They're helping me build my program to where I can do that in the black and brown communities, because that's where the next Jerk Shacks will be. Can you imagine what a child care stipend and college tuition fund would do to communities of black and brown communities? This whole time, they've been around for 50 years. Can you imagine what that would have done? There's been some institutions of restaurants here in Seattle and other services in Seattle that the black and brown community and everyone else has always supported, but they haven't done it. We have to think how we can protest. I'm going to change that. That's what I can do. I want you guys, when you're marching today, to think about what you can do, and the next time somebody murders one of us, what will we do the next time?
That's right.
Are we going to march in the same places where they just laugh at us? Or are we going to take it to their shit? Let's make a real difference. And they will think twice. They will make their police go, hey, stop killing motherfuckers, because I do not want them showing up on my doorstep. At one point, I was going to be SPD. The week before I was going to take my test, I was assaulted by a white police officer while I was sitting in my car, reading, downtown Seattle, with my window down, right after the bite of Seattle, but I was just working. I was wearing a full suit. I'm a manager at the Wild Ginger, security manager. It's not even, 12 midnight yet. White officer comes by my car, and I park right on the street, and pepper sprays me with a huge canister.
Wow.
Not the little pepper spray, but the huge one.
Wow.
Looks like fire hydrant.
It's fucked up.
Messes up my whole car on the inside. Now, mind you, the cops that witnessed it, they were black. And I've had meetings with them, and I have gone to brunch with them. They're helping me out with my testing and everything. They're, me being security, I've done security I was head security at the War Room. I've done security at Numos, Havanas. I've done a lot of stuff around Seattle in the industry. I know all of those cops and have hung out with those cops. And when it came down to it, when I said, will you be my witness that this guy who was fresh on the force did this to me? They said, no. And I said, why not? Yep. They said, well, If we speak out against this guy, even though he's new, in the street, everyone else won't have our back. And what I said was, and you want me to join this? And they said, yes, because you can try to change it from the inside. I said, I don't want to be a part of that. I couldn't sit there and see somebody do something wrong to someone else, physically, mentally, emotionally, doesn't matter, abuse them, and me not grab them up and take them in if I was a police officer. They are not protecting and serving right now.
Yeah.
And I don't mean all of them, because there are some good cops, and I know some good cops. I know a lot of them. But they're not weeding out the bad ones, and they're not taking responsibility for that, and they're not doing the right thing. So, until they do that, we have to move accordingly. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Trey. If y'all don't know where Trey's restaurant is in Belltown, Jug Shack, it is open, I think, for takeout right now. And the patio's open, it's all open. Yes. Thank you, Trey. All right, we got one more speaker for you before we get to our performance and before we get to our march. Thank you all for being here again. I'd like to bring up Manny Siguenza from Unite Here Local 8.
Hi everybody, my name's Manny. So, how many of y'all are service workers? I got a show of hands. Yeah. So, I've been in food and beverage and in the hospitality industry for over 5 years. I worked at the Silver Cloud right over here, Seattle University in food service, and I also worked at the Facebook offices in South Lake Union for about 1.5 years. And at that last job, my coworkers and I decided to form a union in July of 2017. We had a strong majority of our coworkers who were supportive and wanted to build a union. I was part of a union committee of about 10 of my coworkers, and from there on we went into a contract fight that lasted about 1 year, where we won honestly some of the best raises that I've ever seen as a food service worker. You know, one of the things that I remember coming into this workplace is that many of my coworkers were very invested in getting their annual review, and some of them were so ecstatic because they knew that was their opportunity to get ahead. And each time and again, they would get rated out of 5, 2, 3. And that would always factor into what their raises would be. And at the end of the day, they would be left with peanuts. And because of the work that we did as a committee, as a group of workers standing up to our bosses, we were able to get something that was much better. And on top of that, we were able to get insurance that has really been life-changing, immensely life-changing. So, Local 8 represents thousands of workers in the Seattle metropolitan area. We also represent workers in the Portland metropolitan area and also down in SeaTac at a few hotels and airline catering kitchens as well as the airports. Right now, a majority of our membership has been without work since COVID hit. And so right now, unions are the majority organization of workers at a job. They are relevant today because for those of us that still have to work, go in and out of our hotels, go in and out of our restaurants. You know, our job is essentially another place where we could get killed by COVID. We can absolutely die at our jobs because of COVID. Let's let that sink in for a moment. I'm also here speaking on behalf of one of our phenomenal top leaders in our union, a dear friend of mine, Saring, who is a worker at the Edgewater Hotel. Anyone familiar with the Edgewater Hotel? Yeah, fuck the Edgewater, right? Yeah, the Edgewater is a nasty, nasty hotel. Less than a year ago, they hired private security to essentially cause havoc and to essentially dismiss any and all union activity. But because of the efforts that Saring and her coworkers did, because of the numerous picket lines we had during their contract campaign, those security guards were removed, and more importantly, is job security and safety after more than a year of this struggle in times of COVID. They won a contract in the middle of COVID. If that's not worker power, I don't know what is. That is amazing. So for those of us who are not working right now, who are service workers, who are having issues with unemployment or any other sort of thing, I want you all to pull your phones out right now. So our union, since the very start of this pandemic, has been dedicated to supporting our members and folks in the hospitality industry and showing up and giving folks access to knowing where their nearest food bank is, giving them the support in help through figuring out the trials and tribulations of unemployment, which I know many people have gone through. And so I'm going to share with you our hotline's phone number. It's 877-375-1737. Again, 877-375-1737. One thing that I've learned through my organizing as a worker is that we are all that we've got in many different times. A lot of these bigger corporations could give a crap about what our needs are, what we're going through, what our families are going through. And so this hotline is a way for us to be able to continue to build on that mutual aid and to support one another in those ways. And what we're doing right now is huge, because we are showing the bosses that when we fall, we get back up. When we're together, what can we do? We win. And so, restaurant and service workers are taking the momentum in the summer from the streets, and they're bringing it to win safety and racial equity on the job. And I want to give a big shout out to workers in Minneapolis, particularly at two breweries, Tattersall and Surly, right? These workers faced really intense and hard boss campaigns and won union elections through that. When we rise, we win. Unfortunately, Surly chose to close their brewery rather than operate with workers organized and with a voice. Boo. And so that example, many other examples that we all are holding within ourselves, that we're talking to our coworkers about as we plot and scheme to fight the boss and to tear down this immensely gross system. Our fight is not over. We rise in solidarity with all who have been on the streets fighting to defund police, and with all workers striving for justice. Because at the end of the day, they all connect. Workers are the people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manny. And thank you to all the Unite Here Local 8 representatives that have come out to support this march. We're so grateful. Next up, I've got a performer for y'all that I hold so closely to my heart, called True Friend. Has been working in the Seattle service industry for I don't even know how long. Is an incredible performer, activist, magic, human, unicorn, I don't even know, just magic. I'd like to introduce to everybody Miss Ade.
Wow. Oh, wait, can we not yet? Can I just say something first? You guys have made me so nervous all freaking week. I've been freaking out about this whole thing. I'm like, oh God, this is not the sort of show I usually do. It's outside, and it's a rally, and the stakes are higher, and it's freaking me out. And it's nice to be here and to see all the support that you guys are giving the speakers and the support for this cause. So thank you. I thought I was going to come out here and you know, I've been thinking about, what do I want to say? What do I want to say? What kind of speech do I have? Should I do a speech? Should I do a dance? What should I do? A striptease? I don't know. And I just really was like, I don't know what to say because I am exhausted. You know, this has been exhausting. The past few months have been exhausting. And, you know, we've been out in the streets marching, and it can be kind of disheartening sometimes because we're like, is progress happening? Are we seeing anything change? You know, people keep getting murdered all the time, and it's really, really exhausting. So I thought the best way for me to just sort of express how I'm feeling about it is to sing a song. And this is a song by a really great artist, Andrew Day, that I had the pleasure of getting to hear her sing this the day after Trump was elected at the Showbox. She was playing, and she sang this song, and I just started freaking bawling because I was just like, oh my God, really? What the hell is happening? So anyway, I'm just gonna sing it, and yeah, hopefully do it justice.
will rise. Will rise.
Thank you.
Well, that's it. That's the end. It was perfect. Thank you so much, Hade. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy. We're gonna get ready to start marching here pretty soon. We're gonna hand out maps so you've got the route and know where you're going. We've got markers for Black-owned businesses. We'll have historical moments. All of the aid stations are on the maps for when we're on the march. So all that information will be available to you. We'd like to keep this as peaceful as possible. Fuck the police all day.
Go ahead, girl.
I'm gonna have a quick security liaison, just let y'all know how to handle any situations that arise, because we don't want you to deal with it. We want your energy for this march. We want to disrupt all these restaurants during happy hour. So coming up is Red from the Pink Umbrella Medical Collective.
Hello there. As KB said, my name is Red. I'm going to keep this really brief as a white person in this space. We do have medical aid here. We have lovely bike brigade and event security provided by John Brown. But the best form of medicine is preventative medicine, which means this community protecting our BIPOC people. So if you are not a BIPOC person, I want you to really think about what you are doing on this march and make sure you are not putting any of these BIPOC people at risk today. As KB said, we do have this, the maps with all the routes and information on there. If you do need anything, water, aid, anything of that nature, please don't hesitate to come out and ask us about it. Once again, keep our BIPOC folks safe during this. Thank you.
In the case of NWA versus the police department, prosecuting attorneys are MC Red, Ice Cube, and Easy motherfucking E. On. Ice Cube, take the motherfucking stand.
I need a fucking.
Black-owned businesses market next
Yeah,
weekend.
definitely.
Doing a back-to-school giveaway as well if you know any youth who needs supplies.
Okay. This is dope.
Would you like a flyer? Back-owned business.
Yeah. I don't know how to do this shit. Yeah. Let me get a picture or something. I gotta get a picture. This is so annoying. Yo, what's up? Good to see you. Oh man, I'm struggling with this thing. It's like I'm trying to do it like landscape.
You just do it.
Just before.
There's no way to actually make it landscape. You just turn it sideways and everyone else turns it on sideways.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Katie and them are here?
I don't think so.
They're not coming?
Maybe.
I was about to go to EDM, but I'm like, everyone's going to this, and I heard Morning March was going to be here, so I'm going to just go.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it's chill. I think I don't know how far the march is gonna be, but
Can't be that far if we're done by 8.
yeah, market centering own business period, visibility supplies giveaway. Okay. All right, cool. You coming or what?
I might come
Oh,
to
that's the
some.
Mondays, right?
Huh?
Is that Mondays or?
What? This is a back to school giveaway September 12th. You should get yourself a flyer.
Well, I'm going. I'm about to bring my nieces and nephews, babies, kids, everyone that's going to school. I don't know what's going on. I'm fine.
There you go. I don't think anyone's in school right now. You know how excited I would have been, like as a kid, to just be like, okay, we're not gonna be in school. What?
I was always happy to be going back to school as a child. Yes, I never thought, but right once I hit middle school, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I was a badass girl. You need to remember.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Honey.
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. What's up, honey?
How are you?
Good. Yeah, I can smell it. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
Can I take a picture of the map?
Yeah, of course.
I love maps. Beautiful. Just doing a little.
I like this because you know how I be getting lost. I'm like, where you guys at? Give me the corners. Give me the TV. Oh, it's on the back. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
All right.
I haven't seen this since Olympia.
Yeah. School started on Friday, so I've been like in meetings the past 2 weeks. On like last Tuesday, not last Tuesday, when y'all were up on like you were starting here in SEC.
Yeah.
And on Tuesday is when you were up on 15th. And like I could hear you. I was like in a meeting. I could hear you from my room, from my apartment. I was like, I was like going through withdrawals, like protest withdrawals. I'm like, I just want to be.
Yeah, that thing is real. Honestly, it's a real thing. Protest withdrawals. Symptoms are guilt, shame. You're good. You're good. You're good. Guilt, shame, and I don't know.
Eventually exhausted.
Eventually exhausted. Yeah.
Eventually exhausted.
Yeah. That's great.
I feel bad. I have a whole bike, so I feel like I should bike for a day, but I can't do this whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty bike. You don't usually just post it up and park it, right?
No, I do.
You do? Okay,
That's how
okay.
this happens.
Okay, okay. All right. Somebody try to take it or something? Yeah.
She is mortally wounded, but I'm cool.
Mortally wounded. I like that. Okay. Oh, that's who I should say hi to, but